moments later.
The next 3 games will decide USC's future. Period. Hear me out. Let's keep it real. USC fans love to live in the past. Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, the Hollywood glitz. But college football doesn't care about your highlight reels anymore. This right here, this 2025 season, it's do or die time for the Trojans. And these next 3 games, they'll decide whether USC remains a national powerhouse or becomes another fallen blue blood collecting dust, like Nebraska. Now, I get it. I'm not a USC hater. I'm just calling it straight. Because this is not just another mid-October stretch of football. This is the month that decides the next 3 years of USC football, maybe even the next decade. Let's start with the obvious. USC is still one of the most influential brands in college football. Nobody west of the Mississippi has produced more NFL draft picks, more Heismans, or more headlines than the Trojans. You can't tell the story of college football without talking about USC. But influence doesn't mean dominance. And that's the problem. They've been living off their name while programs like Michigan, Oregon, and Texas are out here adapting to the new world. NIL, super conferences, player free agency, and billionaire donor wars. This is the most consequential era in college football history. Players can transfer without sitting out, sign multi-million-dollar deals, and pick their schools based on branding and business, not tradition. You either evolve or you get left behind. USC used to set the standard. Now they're trying to catch it. Lincoln Riley came in with fireworks, but let's be honest, that spark is starting to flicker. First season, electric. Second season, middle. Third, straight disappointment. USC went from national title contender to maybe we'll make a decent bowl faster than you can say fight on. And yeah, we can talk about offense all we want, but let's stop lying. The trenches tell the truth. That Michigan game last year exposed everything. USC had a fourth quarter lead and still got pushed 89 yards down the field like a shopping cart. You don't win national titles when you're soft up front. You win them when your big men impose their will. Real quick, if you're rocking with the channel, do me one quick favor. Hit that subscribe button and join the movement. Here at Sports Impact Media, we're dropping the hottest takes, the funniest roasts, and the realest breakdowns in sports and culture. So don't just watch, be part of the family. Click subscribe, turn on that bell so you never miss when we cook somebody up, and let's keep building this thing together. That's why this first matchup on October 11th, Michigan at the Coliseum for the first time since 1957, means everything. This isn't just a football game. It's USC fighting to prove they still matter. Can they be physical enough to hang with the Wolverines? Can they demonstrate that the 15 to 20 million roster upgrade actually means something? Because if not, it's just another overpriced Hollywood production with no box office payoff. Next week, they go to South Bend to face Notre Dame. The Irish haven't lost to USC at home in 14 years. 14! That's not a rivalry, that's ownership. And the crazy part, Notre Dame has done a better job of modernizing their brand than USC. They got a young coach, a new recruiting system, and real fire in that locker room. USC, they're still talking about how the weather's nice. This one isn't just about bragging rights. It's about showing that USC's rebuild isn't just a social media illusion. And then there's Nebraska. Oh boy. That game should scare every Trojan fan to death. Not because Nebraska's a threat, but because they're a mirror. Once a dynasty, now irrelevant. If USC keeps falling short, keeps playing soft, keeps relying on nostalgia, that's exactly what they'll become. The Nebraska of the West Coast. There's only room for one resurrection story in this new Big Ten. Either USC gets theirs or someone else takes it. Because in 2025, everything is about return on investment. You can talk tradition all you want, but the boosters want results. You want those NIL dollars. You'd better show you can win. USC's donor base finally woke up and started spending big reportedly around $30 million this year. But money doesn't win championships. Execution does. And if the Trojans flop in these 3 games, they'll spend the next few years begging the same old boosters to believe in the same old story. If they go 3-0, USC's back in the playoff conversation. They'll have the recruiting class, the financial backing, and the narrative to keep climbing. But if they go 0-3, 8 wins, no identity, and a roster full of transfer portal question marks, this stretch is everything. It's not just football, it's survival. The difference between being a brand and being a powerhouse, between fight on and fade out. So yeah, call it hype if you want. But when Michigan, Notre Dame, and Nebraska hit that field, they're not just playing games. They're deciding whether USC's next chapter starts with redemption or regret.